Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. Today, I want to just talk to you a little bit about when to get off a ride, honey. You just got to know when to get off the ride. Some things take you for a ride, know when to stop, honey. Just say, that's enough, let me off. And then when you get off the ride that made you uncomfortable, the ride that scared you, the ride that nearly, took your life, that particular ride, when you get off of it, honey, make up your mind, you ain't gonna get back on it again. Okay? There was a ride I went on, honey. I was about 7, 8 years old, me and my sister, out to an amusement park. We got on this Ferris wheel. Ferris wheel, honey. And I was excited looking at everybody get on that and they screaming and having a good time. So, let me see. You know where I'm going, right? Everybody's seeing that they're having a good time, so let me do the same thing. Well, we got on a little ride, honey. And honey, it was fun when it first, started lifting you up. We giggling and laughing. And how we got up there, the giggles start changing, honey. We getting to screaming and howling. And my sister, she's younger than me. And when she went to howling, she said, Jenny, she's scared. Right? I said, okay, it's time to stop this ride because I'm scared too. So every time the Ferris wheel would come down to where the man was who was controlling the machine, we would tell him, we want to get off. We want to get off. Honey, he thought it was funny, but he was an evil man one. He kind of like sped it up a little bit more. And he was laughing at us, right? It was other people on the ride. But every time we got close to it, he would look at us and just laugh. It's just, almost sinister, Anyway, honey, I made up my mind, honey, if I ever get off this ride, that would never catch me again. And it didn't. I haven't got on another Ferris wheel ride since then. The ride was enough. That one time was enough. But how many times in your life do you go through things, right? And you say, if I get out of this, if you get me through this, if I ever make it out of here, if I find myself alive tomorrow morning, I'll never go through this again. And find yourself, honey, weeks later, months later, maybe years, there you are back in the same thing again. So the ride must not have been bad enough because you didn't know when to get off. Experiences in life, those are lessons that we're learning. And we all learn them, honey. When you learn a lesson that hits you hard enough, that leaves a dent, a scar, a wound, honey, that should be a lesson that when you got off that ride, when you finished with that relationship, when you got done with that thing, when you stopped that, when you quit that particular habit, because it was, the experience enough was almost, death threatening. You almost lost your mind. You almost lost everything you had or you did. You got to a place that that everything that you could have lost could have been gone or did. Honey, when you get out of that, surely you ain't trying to go back. Well, you shouldn't. But sometimes, honey, the ride wasn't as bad as you thought. Screaming, oh, please get me off, get me off, get me off. And get off. And I'm going to try one more time. Because they look like they having fun. Honey, don't measure your life with nobody else's. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Because they did that and went through that, and they seemed to have fun or did have fun, it may not be still for you to do. Everything that people, seem to be having fun, enjoying in life doesn't mean you need to do the same thing. My mother used to say when I was really young, she said, if your friend jump off the cliff, y'all know the rest of it, right? You going to jump too? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But it seemed like you was because you watched them do something stupid. And what you do? Something stupid right with them. Know when to get off a ride. And when you get off that ride, know not to get back on again. Okay? The experience enough, the lesson that you had should have been enough that you didn't want to try it again. There are things in my life that's happened to me that I have chosen, honey, a conscious decision that would never happen to me again. I would never find myself in that place again. Those kind of people will not be a part of my circle. I make conscious decisions to change my life, change the way I move, change the people I choose to associate myself with, change the way I fall into a relationship. When I see a red light blinking, honey, some warning signs, some signals, know when to get out. Know when to get out, honey. And they don't have to be volatile. They don't, I mean, a narcissistic person, somebody who's just a plain narcissist, honey. The only person they think about is themselves. They think about their own self gratification. It's all about them. They are the center of the relationship. No matter what you want, what you feel, where you want to go, it's always got to center around them. And then if you don't come in line with what they want, you don't matter, But narcissists will gravitate towards you if you're a type of person who likes to nurture. They will come to you. But honey, when they come, give them something to go back with. Educate them that you ain't the one. When you make a decision to do something, stick by that. I don't care who comes knocking on your door, who it is. The lesson enough, the ride, honey, was enough to let you know that's not a ride I ever want to go on again. That's not a place I ever want to revisit. That's not a person I ever want to have in my life again. Whatever it may be, get to a place that when you get off, you come out, you get through. That's a done deal, honey. That's a done deal. And honey, I am a person, they say, I'm a true observer. I like to observe people. And observing you, honey, I ain't got to have my eyes on you, but I got my eyes on you. And you could pick up what I put down, you know what I'm saying. It don't have to be the physical eyes. But honey, I watch people because the world is a stage. We got a whole lot of actors out here. A whole lot of them. And people will act, honey. They will act a fool if you let them. And they will act exactly what they think you want. Based on your conversation, based on how you move in life, based on your profile. They're going to act the way they think you're waiting for them to come in. But honey, they're only actresses, They can only do it for just a short period of time. Light blinks after a while. But on that stage, I like to watch those performers because they perform well, honey. They're auditioning for something. And sometimes they're auditioning for you. They're trying to put on that they're somebody that they're not. Hoping you'll go for the okie doke. You'll get caught up in it and you'll get happy. Oh, look what I got. Oh, you're flashing my honey. You're flashing right there with you on your social. Oh, look at my new boo. Yeah, he might be new, honey. But anyway, nonetheless, right? Know this. Anything and anyone who's authentic, that's who they are. And being authentic doesn't always necessarily mean it's positive. It's just who they are. But I like to watch, from backstage. When somebody is trying to tell me who they are vocally, I just watch them. And because I didn't say anything, don't mean I didn't watch them. Because I didn't do anything, don't mean I didn't see it. It's just I'm watching. Let's see how far you want to go. Let's see how long you can keep up, the acting. How long before you realize the curtain has closed. The curtain has closed on you and you don't even see it because you're so caught up in yourself. You're so good in the act now, you think you're actually the person. You've been acting so long. Person be acting like somebody and all of a sudden they think they're actually their character that they've been trying to put on. But honey, the real you must come through. And when they do, and they will, they as you're watching them, or you might be even riding along with them, honey, because you think, this is so nice. And it is nice, honey, until. Pay attention, honey. Know when the ride is up. When you need to get off. And when you need to get out. And when you do, honey, no need to look back. No need to be concerned. And sometimes, most of the time, when you stop something, they'll come looking for you, honey. Because they realize, what happened? I looked back and you was gone. Did you? Yeah, I told you to follow me. I thought you was following me. Honey, I was watching you, but I wasn't following you, honey. You looked in the rearview mirror and wonder what happened. What happened? Did you get lost? Nah, I just chose not to follow you no more. I realized you wasn't going nowhere good, honey. And that's it. Well, I'll come back and get you so we can keep going. No, 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 no. You ain't gonna come get me, honey. Look, I'm more than sure that somebody else wants to ride with you. You pick them up, okay? Because the ride is up, honey. I like it. Anyway, this is Jenny O'Yah with Nuggets and Things. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Let your light forever shine, honey. Be fabulous in everything that you do. Don't let nobody take your sunlight, honey. Be a beacon. Shine bright, okay? Shine so bright, honey, it'll make people think. Oh, gosh, your light, honey, is so bright. I know, honey. I know, because I'm trying to put this light on a whole lot of things so I can see, and those that are looking can see where they're going to. Just be there. Thank you so much. You have a fabulous day. Jenny O'Yah with Nuggets and Things. See you soon. Love you much.